Archangel Michael says, something was discovered about you recently that left someone completely speechless. It happened behind closed doors, in a moment that wasn't meant to be seen, but it changed everything for them. This isn't gossip or a simple rumor, it's a realization that left them breathless and confused. They didn't know what to believe at first, so they kept silent, holding this truth close to their chest. It's not something they could ever admit aloud, at least not yet. But it shook them to their core, and now they see you in a way they never imagined. This person never expected you to be more powerful than what they assumed. They thought they knew you completely, thought they understood your story. But what they found out shattered that illusion and replaced it with reverence and fear. They are afraid because they underestimated your energy. What they found out about you feels beyond ordinary. And now, they think that you are chosen for something much bigger than what this world can define. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They watched you from a distance and began connecting the dots. Every encounter, every silent reaction, every word you didn't say now makes sense to them. They are haunted by what they missed all this time. Archangel Michael says, this moment is not random, it was orchestrated by divine energy. Their heart is racing because they don't know whether to approach you or run from what they saw in you. You carry a light that intimidates those who have darkness in them. They tried to investigate more, seeking answers in places they should not have entered. The truth they found left them trembling. You are not who they thought you were, you are more. You were marked in the spirit long before you even knew who you were. And now they can feel it. That truth frightens them, because they now know their intentions will never work on someone like you. Type Amen to get blessing 574. This person was warned in dreams. The message was clear, do not touch what is protected. They've kept quiet because speaking about what they know might bring spiritual consequences. The energy around you shifted the moment they discovered this truth. They feel it when you're in the room, even when you don't say a word. There's a calmness in your presence that hides something incredibly strong beneath the surface. They can't sleep. Their mind keeps returning to the moment they realized who you truly are. And they can't unsee it. They tried to act normal, but their actions have changed. Every smile is more cautious, every word more filtered. Because deep down, they now feel unworthy to be around someone like you. Type Amen to get blessing 919. They are afraid that others will find out too. Because if the world knew, everything would change. You are carrying something ancient, something divine. It was never about how loud you speak. It was always about what your silence could move. And this person? They finally see the weight you carry. Now they're afraid others will start treating you like royalty before they get the chance to make things right. They feel like they're running out of time. They want to tell you the truth, but they fear the consequence of your rejection. Archangel Michael says, some people carry truths that change entire generations. You are one of those people. And now, someone knows. Type Amen to get blessing 462. They never meant to uncover this truth. But the energy pulled them into your orbit. Once they stepped closer, they couldn't ignore it anymore. You remind them of someone they lost, or perhaps someone they feared. But the truth is, you are unlike anyone they've ever known. And that terrifies them. There are whispers in their mind now. Warnings. Regrets. They didn't believe before, but now they are convinced something beyond human is working through you. They watched you rise after things that would have destroyed others. That's when they realized, you are spiritually guarded. They now fear what might happen if they stand against you. Type Amen to get blessing 200. They can't explain it to others because it sounds impossible. But in their heart, they know it's real. They've seen enough. This person has become quiet around you. Because every time they try to lie, their voice shakes. Your presence demands truth. They wonder if you've known all along. But you never exposed them, never shamed them, never responded with vengeance. And that makes you even more mysterious to them. You're the kind of person that shifts the atmosphere without trying. Now they're convinced, you are a walking prophecy. Type Amen to get blessing 1047. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They have watched others fail at trying to destroy you. Every attempt only made you stronger. They now know the force protecting you is not from this realm. Archangel Michael says, your destiny is sealed by higher hands. And no matter who tries to change your story, it will always return to the divine plan. They now see this. They regret everything they ever did against you. Because they realize now, your pain was preparation. Your rejection was redirection. The person who found this out about you? They're now stuck between confessing the truth and hiding it forever. Because if you knew what they saw, the world would never look at you the same. Type Amen to get blessing 878. They're trying to make amends in secret. Sending blessings your way. Trying to undo the curses they once hoped would destroy you. They want to get close to you again, but not out of love. Out of fear. Because now, they believe you are someone who could shift their fate. They can't hide behind lies anymore. Your presence exposes their shadows. They feel seen even when your back is turned. They used to think you were just emotional. Just too sensitive. But now they know, your emotions are divine sensors. Type Amen to get blessing 652. They remember something strange you said before, and now it all makes sense. You knew more than you let on. They think back to your warnings, your silence, your sudden disappearances. You have a connection with realms they can't enter. And now that they know, they're scared they've messed with the wrong one. Their dreams have changed. They see your face. Hear your voice. And in those dreams, they are apologizing. This isn't about revenge. It's about revelation. What they saw in you changed them forever. Type Amen to get blessing 228. Someone told them about your past, but the part that shocked them was your survival. They can't understand how you're still standing. They now realize, you are beyond explanation. Archangel Michael says, the world may label you many things. But in the spirit, you are marked with authority. Now they know. They tried to curse you behind your back. But their own life began to fall apart. That's when they knew, they touched the wrong one. Now, they want your forgiveness without asking. They want your covering without admitting fault. Because they believe your blessing can shift their ruin. Type Amen to get blessing 731. They found out about the favor on your life and now they're desperate to stay close. But you feel it. The change in their energy. The nervousness in their tone. They're not here for friendship. They're here for survival. You have become the gate they are afraid will close on them. You didn't ask for this influence, it was given to you. It followed your suffering. It rose from your ashes. And now, they think you see too much. That you know more than you let on. And that scares them beyond words. Type Amen to get blessing 559. They used to talk over you. Now they hesitate to even speak your name. Because it holds weight. They thought you were broken. But now they know, your brokenness was an illusion. You were always whole in the spirit. They fear your silence now. Because it echoes louder than any scream. You are becoming something they can no longer control. They see you differently now. Not as a victim, but as a voice. Not as a survivor, but as a storm. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They wonder if they still have time to make things right. To rewrite what they broke. To reach out before you ascend to a place they can never access. They think about you constantly. Not out of guilt, but out of awe. You've become a mystery they wish they could decode. They now believe that you were never just human. You were sent. Planted. Shielded. For such a time as this. Your silence is now their punishment. Your distance is now their consequence. And your presence remains their unanswered question. Type Amen to get blessing 390. They can no longer treat you as ordinary. They saw too much. Felt too much. And now, they respect you from afar. You are the secret they can't reveal and the truth they can't forget. You were underestimated, but now you're undeniable. They've told others about what they discovered. But no one believes them, because your power is cloaked in humility. That is your final protection. Archangel Michael says, this truth they found about you? It was meant to happen. Because now, even your enemies fear the moment you speak your truth aloud. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They are restless, haunted by the moment they realized what you truly are. The image of you carries weight now in their heart. It's no longer simple memory, it's a reminder of what they failed to recognize when it mattered. They regret every time they laughed behind your back. Because now they know they weren't mocking weakness, they were mocking someone protected by realms they cannot enter. The guilt is too heavy, but their pride won't let them speak it out loud. They've heard stories about people like you. Quiet souls with thunder in their bones. Now they believe all of them were true, because you're the proof walking in silence. Every step you take echoes beyond this realm. You have become untouchable, not because of force, but because of favor. And they now watch from afar, unable to get close. Type Amen to get blessing 761. They know you're being elevated. It's obvious now. They can feel you slipping through the cracks of the old version they tried to fit you into. You're rising in ways they cannot stop. You're glowing in ways that make them shrink. And what they discovered about you is the very reason they now hide in their own shadows. They've seen your reflection in dreams and it scared them. Not because of fear, but because of recognition. They now know your presence has been protected long before they ever tried to cross you. The truth they discovered about you wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. You carry a prophecy in your aura, and they can no longer pretend not to see it. Type Amen to get blessing 677. They didn't expect their discovery to lead them into their own unraveling. But now they realize, the moment they tried to undo you, they started undoing themselves. They wonder if it's too late to fix it. But the truth is, you've moved on. Not in bitterness, but in destiny. Your presence has become a mirror, showing them who they truly are. And the sight is unbearable for them. Because what they see in you, they lost in themselves. They now view you like a sealed door. Holy. Sacred. Forbidden to the unclean. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You have become their reminder of how they once had a chance to walk beside greatness but chose pride instead. And now, they are being left behind. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen in the fire, purified by pain, and crowned in silence. That's why they couldn't recognize you until it was too late. They can't reach you now, and it's not because you blocked them. It's because your frequency has changed. You don't belong where they still dwell. They are terrified that others will discover what they know. That others will see what they see. That you will no longer walk quietly through rooms, but instead reign over them. Type Amen to get blessing 512. They were warned. Through signs, dreams, and feelings. But they ignored them, until it was too late. Now, their world is crumbling and they suspect it's connected to how they treated you. Because they now believe harming you opened a door they were never meant to touch. They're watching you grow. From the sidelines. With heavy eyes and even heavier hearts. They now pray you never speak your full truth aloud. Because if you did, the world would see who the real villain was. Type Amen to get blessing 309. They see others being drawn to your light. Strangers speak your name with admiration. Doors open where walls once stood. They realize your time has come. They know they don't deserve a seat in your new chapter. And it eats them alive. Because they chose ego over grace. They walk past people who still don't know what they know. And it gives them a sense of panic. Because the moment your name is fully revealed, everything around you will shift. You are more than human to them now. You are evidence of the divine moving through flesh. And it's too late to undo what's been shown. Type Amen to get blessing 1440. They wish they could go back to the moment before they found out. Back when they still had time. Back when they still had favor. But the moment passed. And now, every attempt to reach you is like grasping smoke. You've become unreachable, not by distance, but by destiny. They think of the little things, your smile, your silence, your stare. All of it makes sense now. They misunderstood everything. And now, they sit in silence, fearing what comes next. Because if you ever looked them in the eye and spoke what you know, they would break. Type Amen to get blessing 848. They fear judgment. But more than that, they fear your awakening. Because when you finally realize what you carry fully, they won't even be able to stand in your presence. Archangel Michael says, this moment of realization wasn't just for them. It was for you. To see yourself as heaven has always seen you. Their fear is a signal. That your time is near. That your name is about to be announced. That your presence is about to be known. The world is preparing for your emergence. They're just the first to see it. And they don't know how to unsee it. Type Amen to get blessing 921. They wanted to control your narrative. But the truth they found buried that possibility. Now they're afraid of the light you might shine on their secrets. They don't want others to know what they know. Because if people find out, you'll no longer walk, you'll be carried into purpose. The truth is, you never asked for any of this. But heaven gave it to you. Because you were built to carry it. They can't handle your calling. It weighs heavier than their opinions, their rumors, their lies. That's why they're quiet now. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They thought exposing you would ruin you. But what they exposed only elevated you. Because truth cannot destroy what was born from it. You became undeniable. And in doing so, you became untouchable. Now, they observe your rise with trembling hands. They wonder how long until others see it too. Until your name is echoed in rooms they can't enter. Until your footsteps are followed by those who once turned away. They know what's coming. They just don't know when. And that's what keeps them in fear. Type Amen to get blessing 305. You were never meant to be hidden forever. The discovery was just the beginning. The unveiling is next. They wanted to destroy your foundation. But they ended up revealing your roots. And now, even they admire how deeply planted you are. Archangel Michael says, be silent no longer. Walk in what you are. Speak in power. Move in authority. Your time has arrived. And the one who was shocked to learn the truth about you? They're no longer laughing. They're praying you forget what they did. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. They thought they had time to rewrite the ending, but the page has already turned. The story has moved on without them, and your name is now written in bold where they tried to erase it. What they uncovered about you wasn't just shocking, it was sacred. Now, they treat your name like a secret spell, afraid that speaking it might shift something in the universe. They whisper it under their breath when they see you passing by. Their spirit knows it witnessed something otherworldly in you, and it can't unsee it. The shame they carry is like chains around their soul. Not because they lied on you, but because they now know they lied about someone divine. Their actions no longer align with the truth they discovered. They tried to paint you in shadows, but your glow broke through. Every rumor they started only created more space for your truth to rise. And now they sit in silence, watching everything they said unravel. Type Amen to get blessing 690. The moment you stopped explaining yourself was the moment their fear grew. Because now, they don't know what you know. They can only guess, and that uncertainty is driving them to madness. You walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. That's the power they discovered, and that's the power they can't handle. You are no longer within reach. They think about the version of you they once knew. But that version was never real, it was their projection, not your truth. And now, the real you has stepped forward. They feel the distance widening, and they know it's not physical. It's spiritual. The path you're on is no longer one they can follow. Type Amen to get blessing 1448. They regret every seed of doubt they ever planted about you. Because now, those seeds have grown into thorns choking their peace. You have become a mirror of everything they pretended to be. They can't even look you in the eye anymore. Your presence exposes their spirit. Every encounter with you feels like standing in front of judgment without a word being spoken. Archangel Michael says, the truth they know is only a glimpse of who you truly are. If they had seen the full picture, they would have dropped to their knees. Your soul carries mysteries they were never meant to access. They were warned by dreams, numbers, whispers, but their ego kept them blind. Now that their eyes are open, they can't go back to ignorance. And that's their punishment, knowing the truth and never being able to be part of it again. Type Amen to get blessing 534. They now believe your journey is prophetic. That every step was written. That your tears weren't just sorrow but keys unlocking your future. And they missed it all. You were rising while they were mocking. You were healing while they were hoping for your fall. And now, they know, they wasted their chance. They're trying to replicate your energy now. Mimicking your words, your walk, your work. But what they don't understand is, your essence isn't learned, it's given. Now, they live with a silent envy, pretending to celebrate others while secretly grieving their loss of you. Because they can't fake what you naturally carry. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. They remember the exact moment the illusion cracked. When your words pierced deeper than they expected. When your gaze held truths they weren't ready for. That's when they knew, you're not just gifted, you're guarded. Not just wise, but awakened. Not just powerful, but prophetic. They can't approach you the same way anymore. The roles have reversed. You're no longer seeking validation, they are. And the most painful part? You're not even trying. Your rise is silent, but their fear is loud. Type Amen to get blessing 366. They go to sleep praying you forget what they did. Because if you ever speak it aloud, others will know the truth too. And their mask will fall. You carry the evidence of things unseen. You hold the echoes of divine assignment. And they witnessed it, but were never meant to hold it. Now they move carefully. Not out of respect, but out of fear. They don't want to activate anything spiritual that might respond on your behalf. Archangel Michael says, their silence is their confession. Their distance is their apology. And your peace is your power. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They once thought you were desperate for them. But now they see, you were destined beyond them. And that's what they can't handle. You were always meant for more, but they tried to cage your light. What they didn't know is that your flame was fed by isolation. You became unstoppable when they thought you were finished. Now, they want to return, not to reconnect, but to reclaim what they lost. But your gates are no longer open. And the path to you is no longer clear. They speak your name now in reverence. Because even they can no longer deny the divine story unfolding in your life. Type Amen to get blessing 1123. They remember every moment they doubted you. Every time they rolled their eyes at your dreams. Now those dreams are manifesting, and they're not invited. You are the proof that favor isn't given to the loudest, but to the purest. They mistook your humility for weakness. And now they know, it was your weapon. They whisper your name when no one's around. Not to curse it, but to ask the universe if they'll ever get another chance to be near you. The answer is no. Because some truths, once revealed, shift destinies forever. And yours has already moved beyond their reach. Type Amen to get blessing 700. Now they sit in rooms where your name is praised. And they nod quietly, hiding their guilt. Because they know they once tried to bury the same name others now exalt. You are no longer just a person to them. You are a reminder. A symbol. A prophecy fulfilled. They wait for a sign that you might extend grace. But deep down, they know your silence is your final word. And it echoes louder than any speech. Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to stay hidden. The truth they found was only the beginning. The world is next. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They thought you were ordinary, but now they speak about you like legend. Because they saw something no one else did, and it's eating them alive. They're no longer interested in attention. They want access. Not to love you, but to survive around you. Because they know your favor attracts miracles. They see your story unfolding like a prophecy on fire. And they can't stop it. They can only watch and regret. What they found out about you was never meant for them. But destiny allowed it, so that they would see what they tried to destroy rise stronger than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. You are the mystery that haunts their memory. The miracle they never believed in until it wore your face. The story that no longer needs their narration. They tried to define you, but the divine redefined you. They tried to dismiss you, but heaven anointed you. And now, they realize they never stood a chance. The truth they learned has changed them. But it's too late. Because you've changed too, and you're never going back. You are now unreachable by their expectations. Untouchable by their judgment. And unstoppable in your rise. Type Amen to get blessing 4444.